Regency Park Community Golf Course is a 9-hole course located just north of the Adelaide CBD, featuring bent grass greens and kikuyu fairways. Craig Burley caught up with the superintendent, Gary Day, to discuss challenges he faces around disease, insects, irrigation and traffic on the course.
We've got our problems out there with cooch encroachment, kikuyu encroachment into the greens. The biggest challenge out here is the traffic. During COVID time, we're putting through 1,500, 1,600 a week
on a 9-hole golf
on a 9-hole golf course, so it's been pretty hectic, yeah.
When Gary first started 12 months ago, there were a few issues around turf disease.
Well, when I first got here, we had a lot of pythium and dry patch. I've sort of taken care of most of that, or all of it actually. I haven't had any disease now for quite a while. I've had a little bit of dollar spot earlier on through summer, but nothing of late.
Gary uses an IPM program to prevent diseases such as pythium and dollar spot.
I use a lot of biological seaweeds and sort of those liquid fertilisers, microbacillus. Yeah, I try and keep things simple.
Craig asked Gary how they maintain the greens and minimise poa annua.
They get cut 5 days a week. Yeah, we just try and provide the best surface we can for the golfers. Even though it's a public golf course, we just try and lift the standard a little bit. I use a bit of TGR, poa check, just try and keep it under control as much as we can. Poa check, I use that first, just to make it sick. Then I'll follow up with the turf growth regulator. And then a couple of weeks after I put that out, I'll put out a liquid feed of just a bit of a witch's brew really, one of my own. And using the microbial stuff as well, and put that in, and then that tends to keep the bent grass growing and keep the disease at bay as well.
With the high foot traffic and an old irrigation system, Gary says it's been quite challenging.
I've been told it's roughly 50 years old, so there's been quite a few issues with that. Main lines blowing out and things like that, yeah, so yeah, definitely challenges.
Craig asked Gary if he had any insect challenges on the greens.
Usually when you do a bit of coring or holotining, you expect to see a bit of cutworm or things like that, but probably funnel ant is the worst one that I have problems with. So with that I just put out some fipronil, not too bad. Yeah, so generally the greens aren't too bad.
When Gary took over as superintendent, African black beetle was a major problem.
The kikuyu surfaces that get the pressure from the black beetle. Well, last year we had a lot of patchy growth around the areas. Patchy growth where you get the little circular dead spots and just easy to pull out the grass. So that was last year, but this year we haven't had any of that.
Gary has solved the insect and disease problems throughout the course, but his current concern is the irrigation system.
I suppose it's a little bit, sort of probably a blessing in disguise in somewhat that you minimise the infestation. Because had you had both with the irrigation and the infestation,
yeah, could have been in real trouble.
Exactly right.
Yep.
In partnership with the City of Port Adelaide, Enfield, Shanks Mini Golf is coming to Regency Park Golf Course. Gary shares some information on the mini golf course currently in construction.
It's Green Space operating that. They're putting that in. Melbourne company, Victorian company, and they're just setting up a little 18-hole putt-putt, which will be good for the course actually. It'll bring the kids in and introduce them to golf. And yeah, mums and dads, and yeah, so hopefully they can come and make a day of it.